Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about Criterions that I watched in the month of July. Now I was debating making a video of my Criterion haul for the month of July. Since the Barnes & Noble sale was going on, I picked up quite a few titles, but they're all blind buys. So I don't want to sit here and just show off a bunch of movies that I have no opinions on. Rather, I thought that I show you Criterions that I watched in the month of July. That way I can give at least some sort of opinion on them. So yeah, July is the month of Criterion, so that's why I decided to make this Criterion themed video. So I'm going to be showing these off in the order that I watched them, and I'll just give kind of like my brief thoughts on each one. So the first one that I watched this month was a documentary, Spy Number 928, and that is Bowling for Columbine. Now, this is a documentary that talks about the tragedy that occurred in Columbine High School. That was in the year 1999. So yeah, I thought this was a very well-made documentary as far as like the interviews, like the encounters that Michael Moore, the director, had with the people who actually, experienced this tragedy firsthand. I just think that, like, if I had to say one negative thing about this documentary, it would be that I feel like the director kind of decided to go like a certain direction with it, and by that I mean you can tell that he had a personal agenda, and of course this is his project, he can do with it whatever he pleases, but I feel like as a viewer, I want my documentaries to just lay out the facts and let me form an opinion of my own. I feel like he was kind of pushing an agenda. It was a little one-sided. Without getting too political, I don't think that it was necessary, but it is what it is. I don't think that I would probably buy this again because this was a blind buy at the time, but after watching it, I enjoyed it. I'm glad that I watched it, but I don't think that I would revisit it too often. But yeah, Bowling for Columbine. Another one that I picked up in a previous sale is Spy Number 1075. That's Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Now this one, I did have fun with it. It was a first time watch, so I just watched it for the first time in July. I liked it. It was funny. It was a good time. As far as coming of age films go, I wouldn't put this at the top of my list. A lot of people compare this to Dazed and Confused. Personally, I love Dazed and Confused. It's like probably my top 5 favorite movies of all time for me. I can just throw that on at any time and just have a blast with it. But this one, definitely has its iconic scenes. If you've seen it, I think you know which ones I'm talking about. But it's a good time. Definitely worth the watch. I love Sean Penn's character in this. He's hilarious. I love the interactions he has with the teacher. Yeah, definitely check that out. Spy Number 137, Alfred Hitchcock's Notorious. I'm not super well versed with Alfred Hitchcock. I've seen Psycho, Rear Window, Vertigo, and now Notorious. This is probably, from those films, my third favorite. I would put Rear Window and Psycho above it. Now, this is definitely probably one of his better shot films, but overall, as a story, as a whole, I had more fun with Rear Window and Psycho. That's not saying that this is a bad movie by any means, but I just didn't connect with it personally like I hoped I would. But still, I can see why it's regarded as one of Hitchcock's best. The way it was shot, this famous key scene was incredible. That party scene on the staircase where you have like a bird's eye view and it just kind of slowly zooms in. It's just like masterful camera work. So I can definitely appreciate the craft, but overall, I'd rather watch some of his other work, and I'd rather rewatch Rear Window before I go back and visit this. So I don't see myself revisiting this anytime soon, but great movie. I'm glad I own it. Okay. Maybe hot take here, but Doctor Strangelove, spy number 821, wasn't a huge fan. Now there are some things that I liked about it, but I just think overall I just had a really slow pace. Wasn't super invested in the story, maybe because I'm not familiar with, you know, like what exactly happened during the Cold War. I mean, I know the basics, but obviously I wasn't alive during the bulk or the majority of the events, so didn't resonate with this one too much. But I love the performances. I forget the actors' names because let's see. Okay, here we go. Peter Sellers and George Scott. Man, those guys killed it. Peter Sellers, incredible talent, playing multiple roles in this movie. I love Stanley Kubrick, but this is probably towards the bottom of his filmography for me. I personally have like Barry Lyndon, The Shining, The Killing. I have those over this movie. So still, it was solid. It's a good, well-made movie, and it had its entertainment factors for sure, but it's just like, it was fine for me. This one is a rewatch. I had seen it in the past, but spy number 1105, Menace to Society. This movie's freaking awesome. Like, I love the way that they're able to capture like that 90s Los Angeles time period with like all the tension between you know, like African Americans and people of like low economic status with like the police and, you know, other races. It's just really interesting to watch, and, you know, unfortunately still very relevant today, but I mean, it's a good watch. It's great. I can't watch this without always remembering of that other spoof of this movie, the one with the Wayans brothers. Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking orange juice or something like that. But that movie's hilarious. It spoofs this movie, but this is definitely worth the watch if you haven't watched it already. Okay, 3 to go. This one was great. Spy number 501, and that is Paris, Texas, directed by German director Wim Wenders, I believe is how you pronounce his name. It's a little bit lengthy. It's 145 minutes long, but it doesn't feel that long. The cinematography is absolutely gorgeous. It's definitely like a slow burn, but it doesn't feel boring. You know, I'm a big fan of movies that, you know, show like outdoor landscapes, different like scenery, natural landscapes, deserts. This movie portrays like the state of Texas very well. I think, me being from Texas, I can definitely appreciate this movie a bit more. The shots of like the city, like Houston, there's even a shot of Los Angeles. Just great stuff. Not sure who the cinematographer was. Also, the lead here, Harry Dean Stanton, does a fantastic job. Great actor. I need to definitely watch more of his movies. So, okay, 2 more to go. So this next one is a French film, and that's Spy Number 381. I believe, yeah, this is my introduction to French cinema. So this is Haine, and it's directed by Matthew Kassovitz. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I'm not familiar with his work, but this was a great film. I really enjoyed it. It stars Vincent Cassel, who's a tremendous actor. I definitely need to watch more of his work. But yeah, this is kind of in the same vibe. Well, not vibe, but similar to Menace to Society in the way that it tackles, like, you know, social issues like police brutality, you know, tensions within a community. I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but definitely check it out. It's only 97 minutes long. And the ending is just, it's worth it. So I would definitely recommend this. Last but not least, probably, you know, my favorite of the bunch, and it's a mainstream film, very well known, won Best Picture. It's my number 1054, and that is Parasite. Now, I saw this for the first time in 2020, and I just revisited it for the first time since then, and I loved it even more. I think the first time I watched it, I gave it 4.5 stars on Letterboxd, and I just recently gave it 5 stars. So it was highly rated to begin with, but it just like shot up for me. Everything about it is just, I was engaged from start to finish. I'm not gonna talk too much about it because, you know, won Best Picture. Everybody has probably seen this already, but I also love the packaging on this one. So yeah, that's gonna do it. So that's all the movies that I watched on Criterion for the month of July. Hopefully, you know, I can do another one of these videos soon, maybe in the month of November when the next sale comes along. Or if you like this type of video, I can definitely do more even in, you know, months that don't involve the Criterion sale. So let me know in the comments, what did you pick up for the Criterion sale? Which of these movies do you like the best? What Criterion should I watch next? Definitely follow me on Instagram, Letterboxd, and I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel and like the video. So thank y'all, and see you later.